I'm just excited for people to get a chance to change the way they play golf. I mean, to experience this for the first time, and like you said, to have those repeated rounds of just those positive feelings, to leave the golf course feeling fulfilled, feeling uplifted, feeling the way we should feel after we finish playing this great game of golf, happy, excited and refreshed and refueled instead of stressed out, annoyed, and frustrated.
What's up, golfers everywhere? Welcome back to episode 14. We all send the occasional fly ball into someone's backyard. We've all done it. We all plan for it. We take out enough golf balls for that. But let me tell you something. How many of our rounds have been sabotaged by that dreaded inbounds lost ball? You know what I'm talking about. The drive that was just a little bit right of the fairway. We head out there for 5 minutes. We never find it. We hit the ball over the green. We think it's just over on the other side of the bunker. We never find it. So frustrating. Tony had enough of it as well, so what did he do? He quit the game. No, he didn't quit the game. He just spent the last 9 months and his entire life savings searching for and finding the one developer who shared his vision for using the smartphone to save golfers heaps of time, money, and frustration. Yes, he created a golf ball locator app. No GPS, no shiny colors, just a stroke of genius from the mind of a 21st century golf entrepreneur. Are you ready? We do it fast, we make it fun, so turn it up today and enjoy this episode of the Pace of Change Golf Podcast. Hey guys, this episode of the Pace of Change Golf Podcast is brought to you by Taylor Brands. It's 2016 and it's never been easier to start a business, sell a product, or offer a service. But oftentimes the first step in the process, designing a high quality logo and brand, keeps many would-be entrepreneurs from moving forward. But what if you could design anything you need in less than 30 seconds at an affordable cost? Does it sound impossible? With Taylor Brands' online platform, you can. At taylorbrands.com, you can build custom logos, presentations, or even entire brands with ease. No hidden tricks, no pre-made logos. I've personally used their platforms a couple times now, and just about every other online logo design website you can find in the past. Without a doubt, Taylor Brands' logo building process is the easiest, fastest, and highest quality product I've ever tested. Now, I could easily spend hundreds of dollars on other crowdsourcing design sites, and unfortunately, I have. But don't make the same mistake. Try it for free today. You can go through the entire process and then decide if you want to make the purchase. And as a special offer to our listeners, purchase the professional bundle and receive a free social profile banner upgrade. Guys, that's a $25 value. Use the promo code PACEOFCHANGE at checkout.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 14 of the Pace of Change podcast. We're here today with Anthony Pawlak. He's got a incredible app for your cell phone to actually find your golf ball while you're playing golf. It's really cool. Anthony, tell us a little bit about yourself. Before we get into the app and how cool it is and what it does, tell us a little bit about yourself, about how you got into golf, where you're from, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up mainly in Arizona. We lived a couple years out in Missouri when I was 8 years old. My dad took me out golfing one time randomly and decided to just pick up the game from there. I fell in love with it. My mom would take me to the golf course at 8 a.m. and pick me up at 5 or 6 o'clock at night when it just started, kind of the sun started going down. I mean, that was my life for a couple of years. We moved back to Arizona. I picked up football, basketball, baseball, everything else in between. Still golfed as much as I could, but kind of took off a little bit more on football. And golf got pushed aside a little bit just because football was a 24-hour, 7 days a week type commitment when you're on a team. And so kind of fell away from it a little bit, played a little bit of college football and got hurt, stopped, got married, and picked up golf again. So kind of just found my love for the game, and it's just that's basically how I got into it. So
where'd you play your college ball?
At BYU.
Oh, fantastic! Wow. And what years was that?
That was 2009,
Okay.
2010. So those 2
How'd
years.
how'd you like living in Provo?
It was great. I loved the environment. College town. It was a lot of fun. Football was great. Division I, big environment for the football kind of field, and yeah, I loved it. I had great times, made tons of friends, loved the school, and had a great time there.
Did you end up getting a degree from BYU?
I actually left just a tiny bit early. I started studying business. I left to go help run a family business here in Arizona. So grabbed my wife, moved her back here, and took over the family business, trucking company.
Oh, okay, cool. So, so you got out of college, you came back to do the trucking business. At some point, you got into making apps for the phone, right? So where did tell me about this transition from, business background, sort of the operations of trucking company and whatnot, into technology and building apps.
I actually had an app developer in my church. And so I started with him. That was one of the doors that opened up for this app to come about. Like I said, without these things kind of put into place, there's no way it could happen. I wouldn't even know where to start. And so I talked to him. He told me it was impossible. And so that was kind of a depressing moment where I'm just so excited about this game-changing idea. And then this guy who does this for a living, owns his own app development company, says it's not possible. He said the only way that it could even be remotely possible is if it recorded it, you played it back and watched the recording playback and see if it found it filtered through the recording. I said, no, it's got to be real time. It's no golfer's going to record something, scanning around, and then sit there and watch the recording. You can just go find your golf ball. I said, it's got to be in real time. You got to hold the phone up, scan it, find it, go hit it. And he said, not possible. So I said, well, refer me to someone that you think might be able to do this. So he referred me to a couple of the guys, and that chain just kept going. And it was time after time, it's not possible. And so it came to the point where I was referred to people around the world. And it just kept tracking and tracking and tracking. And found a couple of guys that said it was possible and that they could do this. And after putting them through the test and spending some money, I realized they can't perform what I needed to do anyways. They made a step closer, but it still wasn't good enough. So they referred me to another guy. And so it ended up being a guy out in Ukraine, actually. Spoke limited English. That was a challenge.
How long ago was that?
That was the start of January, so this past year. So just the 6th day into this year, basically, is when we got started. And that was just the start of it. I mean, just finding the right guy was only half the battle because, I mean, he would mock something up, a month later and bring it to me, and I go, no, this is not, what I'm thinking. It'll find the golf ball, but it finds 10 other sticks that look like a golf ball beside it. I'm like, no, it's got to find your golf ball. It can't, have all these false identifications and just trying to narrow things down and trying to, show him my vision and trying to stay on top of things and just the battles that we had, finding the guy. But then again, afterwards was even harder. But every single week there was some type of breakthrough. We have an idea saying, why don't we just try this type of filter, try this type of delay, try this, just the smallest, simplest things changed the app. I mean, like I said, every week I was just blown away by the problems that came about. But at the end of the week, they were solved somehow and ready to take on the next problem the next week.
Okay, this is really exciting. Before we get into how awesome the app is and everything, I got to pull back and get into like hardcore golf for a second here. Okay. Are you familiar with Alistair Mackenzie, who he was?
Yes.
Okay. For our listeners that may not know, like you said earlier, most people listening to golf podcasts are probably going to be pretty much into golf. But in case you don't know, Dr. Alistair Mackenzie is maybe the best golf course designer, golf course architect in history. Designed Augusta National with Bobby Jones. He has 13 general principles of golf course architecture. And one of them is there should be a complete absence of the annoyance and irritation caused by the necessity of searching for lost golf balls. So, Alistair Mackenzie, you're making him happy, man.
You know, we've all sat on the tee box watching people look for their golf ball on almost every single hole. Someone in that foursome's losing their golf ball or looking for it. We've all felt that frustration come in as we wait, you know, kind of feel like we're getting out of our groove, getting out of routine. We might just barely be hitting our stride, swinging well, and then kind of that frustration sinks in. You lose your little bit of concentration, and your round starts going downhill. That happens to me almost every time I play. I was out golfing, and I lost 5 golf balls in the same round in the rough, probably within 5 to 10 yards off the fairway. And I just couldn't find them. I would walk up and down exactly where I think they were, just could not find them for the life of me. It was so frustrating, and my round just kept going down as I kept thinking about how much money I just lost. You know, the $20 of golf balls sitting in the rough back there, my score going up. You know, an enjoyable round of golf just turned into something else so frustrating. That's something I just kept getting over how unfair that is. Hit a good drive, couple yards off the fairway, and it's a lost golf ball. Might as well hit it in the water. And so I kind of had this idea of, I have a cell phone on me that I use for my GPS and kind of getting the distance to the green. Why can't I pull up this phone, have some type of app to be able to help me find my golf ball and not just highlight it, you know, and not use a GPS chip inside of a golf ball. I still want to keep playing the golf ball that I have, but something that will allow me to find my golf ball and still play the same golf ball that I have. And so that's when I kind of had this idea for this app. It was just kind of, there's something inside me that wouldn't let me put it to sleep. I sat on it for a month or so after a couple rounds of the same story happening over and over again, whether it's in the trees, a bush, or in the rough. The frustration just kind of said, Tony, you've got to go do this. And so I just basically taught myself tons of videos, tons of things, how to find developers. I had no idea how to develop anything. That was very frustrating. And the challenge of this app of, you know, we're dealing with cell phone cameras, limited technology. And so how can you get your cell phone camera, that's not the best camera out there, to be able to find this little tiny white golf ball and at the same time not find leaves, not find sticks, not find rocks that look just like golf balls. And, you know, it's been a challenge. It's every step of the way, but I'm happy to say we able to kind of overcome a lot of those things and create a great app.
Are you doing this project solo? Or do you have partners or anything like that?
I have my dad in there with me, kind of helping me on the financial side. Like I said, I sunk everything I've into this app. It's cost a fortune, my whole life savings.
So this is something you're not doing full time. You've been developing this on the side as kind of your second job in nights and weekends and all that kind of stuff. Just a typical awesome entrepreneur story, right?
I try to be, you know, it's been a long year. Honestly, it's 2 full-time jobs, trying to make this happen and, you know, going through the ups and the downs of everything. But yeah, it's just, you know, like you said at the beginning of the podcast, that passion that we both share and that a lot of listeners share for this game of golf, you know, what it's done for us. And, I took the hard route, but in the end it paid off and I'm glad I did, because that was my goal, to, you know, speed up the game, to make it efficient where anyone that has a smartphone can get this app, pull it up, and, you know, be another set of eyes out there for them to help them find their ball.
Hey there, everybody. This episode is also brought to you by another awesome, forward-leaning, innovative golf venture called Revel and Revel. You know, we all look forward to that next round of golf, a trip with old friends, or a rare moment of pursuing our passions late in the evening, the sun's going down. You know, their goal is to make this valuable leisure time even more enjoyable, efficient, and relaxing, offering a variety of branded golf accessories, club head tech covers, and the one and only Silo Golf Club carrier. This product is a game changer in the golf industry, and it may just be a game changer for you too. If you don't know what the Silo is, press stop. Head over to their website, rivalandrevel.com, and check it out. Whether you are the super competitive player or the one that just celebrates being out there, Revel and Revel's mission is to help you make the most of it. Now, they've got a special discount just for our listeners. Use the code PACEOFCHANGE at checkout to receive 10% off your entire order.
Yeah, we are on our final beta test right now. I should have the final version in my hand come the start of April.
Okay.
and we will be launching hopefully the mid-April.
Okay, that's amazing. And what kind of testing then did you do to go? I mean, like, what would you have to do every time a version that he gave you came out? How did you go test it specifically?
Well, I got to play a lot of golf, which is a benefit.
Love
Take it
it.
out on the course, take it out there in the real world and see what happens. But it was just a matter of my playing partners were I don't know if they were annoyed or were happy to be a part of it, but I'd have to break off and throw golf balls out in trees and throw golf balls in the bushes and throw golf balls out the rough and just any chance I could from any angle I could get and just take notes, take feedback. I had testers all over the country doing the same thing. All different environments from wooded areas to the desert and anything in between to try to narrow down any problems that we were facing and to take on that week of a challenge of how we could fix it and make it better.
Yeah, so you're bootstrapping this thing, and so I'm guessing these people that you had around the country helping were like friends and people that lived in different parts, and you just said, hey, man, join in, like help me out. Let's do this.
Yeah, guys that I came across that had, caught this vision, could see how big this could be for the game of golf and how it would change things, and family, friends, their friends of friends, and just try to network across the country to cover all areas, and that's kind of how it happened. I mean, like you said, just kind of grassroots, I guess.
Okay, and specifically, so you have hundreds of people testing the app out. You're calling this the beta, and what do? They go out and they use it, and then they provide written feedback. Is that what happens?
Yeah, so they'll come back. They'll give me written feedback. I have stats on all the apps as they're using it. Kind of gives me updates on what's going on. Is the app crashing? Is it lagging? What's kind of happening with it?
Nice.
And so I was able to get a lot of real time
data,
I guess.
Yeah.
And also kind of monitor how often it's being tracked and what's going on. But mainly, it was just a lot of text messages, a lot of emails, a lot of feedback, a lot of me asking them to do certain things that I don't know how comfortable they felt to do, throw a golf ball, in the water and see if it'll find it, stuff like this. And just all kinds of random things just to make sure we were covering all aspects.
That's great. So so you're going to release the first version sometime around April 15th. That's just amazing to me. Not even a year goes by, you have an idea and you turn it into reality and it in the world of tech. That's
I'm just excited for people to get a chance to change the way they play golf. I mean, to experience this for the first time, and like you said, to have those repeated rounds of just those positive feelings, to leave the golf course feeling fulfilled, feeling uplifted, feeling the way we should feel after we finish playing this great game of golf, happy, excited and refreshed and refueled instead of stressed out, annoyed, and frustrated.
So is it available as an iOS app and on Android, or kind of what platforms have you made it available on?
On iPhone and Android, yep. I wouldn't release it out there unless I knew that I was at a point where I couldn't grow this app without more people's feedback.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't release it unless I was confident that it finds your golf ball 9 out of 10 times. And that's the spot where we're at right now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm not going to claim that it's perfect. It's not. But I will claim that it will find your golf ball. I wouldn't release it, and I wouldn't ask people for their hard-earned money.
No.
Even if it is $3.99, unless it did what I said it did.
Yeah.
And it does find your golf ball. And like I said, in all your areas of the golf course, you'll come across, it'll pull it up as long as the golf ball is visible in some portion of it.
Yeah. To use a piece of technology like this, that's like it just seems so futuristic. Like, just hold your phone out and it will guide you to your golf ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
For $3.
Yeah, for $3. And that was my goal. I wanted it to be simple. No other attachments, no other golf ball purchase necessary.
Yes, thank you, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean,
if it works over the period of a year, I'm probably going to save, a couple dozen golf balls or more.
Easily. Yeah,
easily.
I mean, it was just a kind of stroke of genius, just me driving late at night one time in a semi, just pondering on this. That's how I got my revelation on all this stuff, man. It's just, I'm just thinking going, I wonder if we did this, every leaf has this characteristic. Let's check that out and see if we can find a way to filter that characteristic. And, that's just kind of the micro thing that came down to was, what does this object have that's consistent and how can I make it filter that,
We need everybody who's passionate about the game, but that recognizes the three exact things that you have already mentioned, which are, number one, golf is too expensive.
Yeah, we're going to release it at $3.99.
Okay.
I wanted to keep, the price of a golf ball. My main goal of this is to make it affordable.
I think it's brilliant, man.
It's one-time purchase. It's the price of one golf ball.
Yeah.
You find one golf ball, either not your, either some ball that's sitting on the rough that wasn't yours, or your golf ball, that you would have lost without the app. You find one, you pay for itself. You don't have to worry about, making a monthly due or payment. It's a one-time thing. That is our introductory offer. So price will be going up there after the first month, but I want to get, reward all those people that are willing to jump on and help me out. And in the meantime, receive a great app that's going to find your golf ball for you.
That's amazing. So how are you getting the word out and letting people know that you've got this product and you want to kind of build the interest before it even releases?
Yeah, definitely. It's me taking the initiative to contact great guys like you and podcasts like yours and, spreading it socially all over the place. Is actually catching on as faster than I ever thought it would, honestly. I mean, people are jumping on as soon as they understand what I'm about, what I'm doing, what I'm trying to bring about with the small resources that I have and how far we've come. It's just a matter of, honestly, people jumping onto me. I mean, I'm getting contacts every single day that open doors to podcasts, to different articles, to different websites, to social media, whatnot. That's just how we're kind of going about it.
Let's tell people, what they can do to support you, what they can do to help right now, how they can get involved, and how they can get on some sort of newsletter or mailing list to make sure, at a minimum, that they're going to be alerted whenever the app is ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. If you go to golfballlocatораpp.com, there's a place you can type in your email address. Just click a button that says "Let me know as soon as this app's available." We'll send you an email. No spam. I'm not into that kind of stuff. All I simply want you to do is receive the app if you want it, and so it'll let you know exactly when it's launched. There is no launch date yet, but it should be mid-April. But to help me out, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. Spread the word with your buddies. Tell your next golf companions, buddies, partners that say, "Hey, this new app's coming out. I just heard about," and spread the word. The only way this app will ever change the game is if we get it in the hands of golfers. And so that's what will help me out the most, is just spread the word. I've done the hard part already, but now I need your guys' feedback. I need people to be out there using the app, experiencing the app, giving me feedback, positive and negative, what I can improve upon and what they like, and like I said, every month I'm committed to make this app better and better as technology improves and as I get more and more feedback to kind of customize it to the golfers that are using it. So that's the best way you can help me out. Spread the word. And if you'd like to go again to golfballlocatораpp.com, you can check out a little bit more information about the app, see some more screenshots and a video of how it works, but also type in your email, be able to get notified the next time it's or whenever it's ready for launch.
So and then if they want to search for you on the individual, like in the social media platforms, can they just type in the search bar Golf Ball Locator app and then they'll pretty much find you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Twitter at Golf Ball Locator, Facebook Golf Ball Locator. Join our page. I'm constantly giving updates on our beta testing, screenshots, kind of giving you an idea of what I'm testing, how far we're coming, and yeah, it's just a good way to kind of follow the status of what's going on, get a better idea of what this app's about.
Well, listen, I just can't thank you enough for coming on, and I just want to reiterate that congratulations on pursuing your passion, even in spite of having a full-time job. We need more of you out there, people that are going to apply their passion, add their skills and interests and desires, and to get out there and kind of move golf into the 21st century. And using technology to make it easier, make it faster, save you money. Why not do that? So I got high hopes for your app, and I believe it's going to be a hit, man.
I hope so. I really do, and I really do hope this can open a new door to really changing the way we look for golf ball, kind of just inspire more people to bring along and just change this game for the better, man.
Good, man. Well, we'd love to have you back on down the road a little bit as you've started to gain a following and customers that are using your app. And let's hook up again and kind of do an update.
That'd be awesome, God. I appreciate it. Thanks for getting me out there so quickly and for all your help. Honestly, this is going to be a huge a huge boost for me for sure. I appreciate all your help.
Yeah, man. Let's stay in touch for sure. All right, Anthony. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right, episode 14 with Tony Pawlak in the books. That's right. Golf Ball Locator app. You heard it here first. That is what we're here for. Hey, be sure to sign up for their mailing list at golfballlocatораpp.com. We hope you enjoy our weekly podcast with the thought leaders, pioneers, and game changers in the golf industry. Thanks for listening today. You can support our efforts as well by following us on Facebook /PaceOfChange and Twitter at PaceOfChangePod. Of course, visit our website, paceofchange.com. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. We're going to keep you up to speed on our latest news announcements and updates, soon product reviews, and even an online store. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you're listening on iTunes, you could really help us by subscribing and leaving a review. Every action you take above makes a bigger difference than you can imagine, so thank you in advance for taking the time to do that. How else can we serve you, the listener? What other topics would you like to hear about? Who in the world of golf would you like us to interview? Leave your comments on social media, and know that we value your feedback. All right, until episode 15, pick up the pace, guys. Have fun. Find ways to play fast, save money, and have a good time. We'll see you next week.